Hello guys, and tonight I'm going to be making an election prediction between the current senator of California, Kamala Harris, with President Trump going against her. Also, please subscribe to this channel so I can continue making these political videos, and check out yesterday's video if you haven't. It was an election night between, well, if you're watching on the East Coast, it'd be 2 days ago, you could say. It was between Nancy Pelosi, the minority leader, also from California, against President Trump. Kamala Harris is from the state of California, and President Trump is from the state of New York. Now with the solid states, she will win the West Coast pretty easily. We'll leave one straight out of Maine. But if you look, she is an African American, so she will do good on that side. She will do good with the African American vote. She won't she will get that vote that didn't vote in the Rust Belt in 2016. That a lot of people say that cost Hillary Clinton the race. And a solid state for President Trump. He'll win the Great Plains. He'll win all these solid red states. Tennessee, Kentucky, Missouri, Indiana. So this is what the race starts off like. You have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So about a dozen toss-up battleground states. Kamala Harris starts off with 190 electoral votes to President Trump's 164. Let's start from Nevada. She's going to be a very energetic candidate, so that'll also help her, in my opinion. She'll be an energetic candidate. She will overwhelmingly win Reno, over here, down here, Clark County. She'll win Washoe County also. So that'll most likely give her the state of Nevada, especially how it's California's a neighboring state. So she probably will win Washoe County, which is usually enough for the Democrats to win if you win Washoe County. And win Reno County, of course, which is where most of the population is Las Vegas. Arizona, it will be closer than 2016. She'll get the African American vote, but I think President Trump will do just good enough, like in Maricopa County, Phoenix, to hold that state red. Colorado is also just be a slightly bigger margin. She'll do good in the suburbs where she needs to win to carry the state. Georgia, okay, you could see this going blue. You can make the case because of the African American vote, but I still think it'll be very, very close, way closer than 2016. But I think it'll still hold red, just because Trump will win where he needs to hold the state. North Carolina, same thing there. You can make the case that she is doing well with the African American vote, but I think that just with the benefit of the doubt, I think President Trump can hold that state. He'll also have the incumbent advantage. Iowa was, in my opinion, is turning pretty Republican, more Republican. It'd be closer than 2016, but it'll go for President Trump, I think. Virginia, okay, as an African American, as Kamala Harris is an African American, she'll do very well in the Virginia suburbs, up here in the DC suburbs, Fairfax, Richmond, Prince William County. So just on that, just by doing very well here, I think she'll carry that state. She'll also do good here in the Virginia Beach suburbs. She'll, as a lot of people say, they tie out here in all of Virginia, and then the suburbs, usually the Democrats win. In the past 2 elections, in the past 3 elections, excuse me, they've won the suburbs and they've won the state of Virginia. But if President Trump can somehow do better, which isn't impossible, if he does good in the suburbs, this could go red. But just for now, I think it'll go blue pretty easily, just because of the African American vote, which I don't think will stay home. New Hampshire should be an energetic candidate. New Hampshire usually votes on just who they see as a better candidate and a better like campaigner, and who appeals to them most. And I think it'll be Kamala Harris. So I think she'll win that state. I think this could flip back blue, the second congressional district in Maine. I'll just give Trump the benefit of the doubt, and that sorry for that, but I think that that district is turning very rural, so I'll give the benefit of that to President Trump, and I'll give him that state. Pennsylvania, she'll do very good in Pittsburgh. In Philadelphia, because of the African American vote. She'll win these suburbs over here near New Jersey. She'll win Pittsburgh. She'll win here in Central County, which usually means that she'll win the state. It will be something like 55-45 most likely. Something like Obama's performance in 2012. Just how she'll get that African American vote that stood home. Ohio, President Trump will hold the state just on what big old margin it went in 2016. I think it will be very, very close within the margin of every 3 or 4 points. But he'll win where he needs to win in the suburbs. I don't think he'll win Cincinnati, Hamilton County, but he will win a place like Lake County. I think he'll just have enough to hold the state. Now, Michigan, I think will flip just because of African Americans that are going to stay home. How many people African Americans will stay home, especially how unpopular President Trump is. So yeah, I think it'll just, and a lot of people say this is the most likely state to go the flip back blue in 2020. Now Minnesota, it was very close in 2016, but I think just because practically any good candidate that runs in 2016 and 2020 will win Minnesota, just because they'll do better than Hillary. And also Minnesota is trending Republican, but I think I'll go for the Democrat just because they'll do good in the Northeast where the vote is, and they'll win St. Paul. They'll have a big margin, I think. And yeah, and Wisconsin also, it did go. If you look at Wisconsin in 2016, it did go for President Trump for about 20,000 votes. He won the state, but if you notice the difference, he did win this one county that has a good amount of votes down here. This county where my mouse is. Is that the correct county? Yeah, this county. But if you notice how much more red there is up here and how much more red there is down here compared to blue, then in 2012, there's a lot more blue, and this is a lighter shade of red, even though Paul Ryan was from that state. So just seeing how a bit of this can turn red and a bit of this can turn blue, it can easily flip back to the Democrats. So yeah, I think this state will go to Kamala Harris, and that puts her over the top, 278. And now the state of Florida, if we look in 2016, President Trump won that by, I think it was 500,000 votes, about that margin. No, 100,000 votes actually. Excuse me. She did win the big three, where you need to win as a Democrat to win Florida. She got outperformed very bigly in the Eiffel Corridor. He performed very well. He got the vote out in the Panhandle. And I think that she will carry the state just because I think, as you see in 2012, where Obama got the slightest majority, 0.01 of a majority, he actually won these 4 counties. He did better in the Eiffel Corridor. He got Romney's margins down. He he got the 4 counties that they're this county, this county, this county, this county, and this county, 5 actually. And he got the margins down for Romney, and he won these counties. So yeah, and if you notice, he also won more counties here. So I think that Kamala Harris will also get the vote out. I will get the margins low in Africa quarter, meaning that Florida goes blue. And this is what I think will be the final map. Kamala Harris gets 307 electoral votes. She flips back Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Florida. While President Trump loses re-election, gets only 231 electoral votes. And yeah, and I hope you guys can subscribe so I can continue making these election videos, election predictions, mock election nights, and election nights in overall. And I hope you guys can check out yesterday's video. It was, as I said at the beginning of the video, Nancy Pelosi against the minority leader from California of the House of Representatives. Minority leader of the House of Representatives from California against President Trump. And if you guys want to recommend me any videos, go ahead in the comments. I do respond, or at least notice the comments. So please recommend me any election nights or election predictions. And thank you.